longer.
Idaho Falls.
Much longer and much cooler.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I play that for all the boomers.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great way to get people, involved. Like, make it feel like good old television again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the kind without the ads.
We should get a couple twin beds in here.
I think so. I
do have a boomer complaint, and it's one I've seen. So I thought it was original with me.
Oh, yeah?
I thought it was original with me. Like, I thought that the after shower, still in the shower, once you've turned the water off, full body hand squeegee motion, so you don't leave a big puddle on the mat outside the shower technique was original with me, but apparently everybody knows that too.
Everybody, yeah.
Oh, all right.
You should see the puddles in my bathroom.
But stop making me download an app for everything.
Right.
Do I still look at a phone and the number of apps on it like a desktop? Mm-hmm. Speaking of boomers, and I'm not like this, I have exactly 6 icons on my desktop.
Oh, yeah, no, I can't live like that.
You're okay. When you got a new laptop?
Yes.
We were pulling stuff over from your old laptop?
Yeah. Okay, listen. So that was
a nightmare.
So that laptop I used basically from the time I left high school to the time I left college. So, and a few years after. So a good 10 years on this thing.
Okay.
But college was the time that I really filled that desktop because there was more than one time when I had to get into an assignment quickly so I could print it on my way to class, and I only had a few minutes and I didn't want to search for it, so I just put it on my desktop. But then afterward, I just sort of forgot to put it in a folder. And it just stayed there, and then it became
all
a big
I hear
thing.
is excuse, excuse, excuse.
You know what?
And I'm a minimalist. I understand that I'm a little bit on the opposite end of the spectrum, but speaking of spectrum, this whole rant might be, but I know that when I view my phone and there's too many apps on it, I get delete crazy.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I got my real estate apps, the social apps that everybody has, and a few other things. And it just seems so disorganized to me. I've even organized them by page. But, this lamp behind you came with an app. There's another lamp off camera that's responsible for the slight pink glow on the black curtain behind you, comes with an app.
Yeah.
So I thought this was an epic rant, and I wanted to share from one Robert Sterling, who says, I don't want to connect my coffee machine to the Wi-Fi network. I don't want to share the file with OneDrive. I don't want to download an app to check my car's fluid levels. I don't want to scan a QR code to view the restaurant menu.
Right. It would be nice to have a couple more analog things, or at the very least, have apps that are universal.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you could go to Best Buy back in the day and buy a universal remote so that you could just hand that to your kid and they could control all of the devices and they didn't have to ask you every 5 seconds, oh, is it the silver remote or the black remote?
He keeps going, I don't want to let Google know my location before showing me the search results.
He's got a point.
It's not going to stop. We have all got to get on board. I just sometimes hate this reality.
Right. Well, and okay.
This timeline.
Well, and also there are a few things that are just ridiculous. Okay, like, here's the thing. My car technically has a remote start, but you have to pay a fucking subscription for it. I already paid tens of thousands of dollars for the car, and now you assholes want a subscription so I can use all of the features that you already put in there? Why'd you bother putting them in?
And what's the name of the Subaru subscription service?
Starlink.
Okay. Let's add Starlink to our list of things that can goof.
Yeah. Starlink can go fuck himself.
Kevin and Starlink.
Yeah. And don't
Let's
get me
start
wrong.
a list. We'll keep this going.
And don't get me wrong, I love my soup. And the dumb thing is, and I hate that I didn't do it, but I even negotiated with the dealership that I bought it from for them to put in an aftermarket remote start. So I didn't have to pay those fuckers to do it, but I had to go get it done within like a month. And it was like a week after when I finally had a chance to, because, right after I got my car, things got a little crazy in my life. And so I never went and got it done, and I would have had to pay. So it sucked, and I was super bummed. but whatever. And also, f- you, Starlink.
I think we've broken the record for most fucks in this episode.
I guess I have a lot of f***s to give.
So I'd just like to say, oh, and one last thing about boomers. Kids these days are calling, when you update your profile picture and it's an AI shot,
Oh, yeah.
which I've noticed a lot of people, and I don't think it has a gender, men and women alike, they hit 40, they start to see this happen, the crow's feet.
I get it.
And so they do an airbrushed AI version of themselves. Kids these days are calling that boomer art.
Oh, funny. I kind of get it. And I will say that I do think that AI is kind of the new mom Facebook profile pic.
Okay.
The one where like the angle is all the way up here.
Yeah.
And it's like so blown out you can't even see her nose.
Right. Like you
Yeah.
can't tell what the person looks like because the photo is so overexposed.
Yes.
Well, I guess one more thing. You know how teachers, when you were in kindergarten, they would lick their fingers before turning a page?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I've started doing that.
Okay. But like, why? I don't think that it really increases your grip that much.
I'm going to start doing the Eliza Schlesinger old hag voice as an elder millennial.
I'm way more elder than that. But no, it does increase your grip. I think your natural body oils usually like if I'm going to grab a Ziploc bag out of the roll of Ziploc bags, usually I can
Okay,
just go,
fair.
I can take my fingers and go floop
Yeah. And kind of open
and
it.
pull.
Yeah.
And now I have to go,
So good.
believe me, it disgusts us
I was-
just as much as it disgusts you kids.
Yeah, I was just about to say, so good to know that all of the like Ziploc baggies in your house are just covered in spit. Yeah. Yuck.
And it'll happen to you.
It'll happen to you.
Okay, there's got to be, I feel like there's got to be a better way. Especially post-COVID,